We have had our threat of flooding today, by the way, but things have cleared out. This is time lapse. Fort Worth, we're looking off to the west, across the West Fork, and you can see that there had been some clouds thinning out as we were closing today. Temperatures got up into the upper 80s. Right now it's sitting at 80 degrees. The dew point is at 68. We do have a little bit of a south wind continuing. That's really the story all week long. High dew points and a south wind. This is the estimated rainfall 12 hours. I've outlined the area where you see where those big rains are, patches of red. That's where there was 3.5 inches of rain reported, and that triggered flash flood watches and eventually flash flood warnings. But again, all of that has calmed down. So what do we expect tomorrow? Well, first off, in the overnight hours, clouds kind of come back in. There's a chance for maybe a shower or two coming up from the south for the morning commute tomorrow. But then we get into the little bit of heating that starts in the morning, crosses the afternoon. That gets some thunderstorms going. They're going to have a lot of moisture to work with, so isolated areas of very heavy rain again possible. As we close the day and get into the evening, the atmosphere warms up enough to absorb this moisture and it calms back down. We are going to be dealing, I think, with some unsettled weather, or at least rain chances for the next several days. Why? We have in the upper levels of the atmosphere over New Mexico, a northwest flow aloft. So that brings any storm system or any disturbance right into this very tropical air mass, because at the surface over the Gulf, we have a high pressure that's feeding all this moisture into the heart of Texas. And those two are combining for slow moving systems and really big rains. It's actually been since 2007, we've started the month of July with every day measurable or a trace of rain. And that was the wettest start to July on record, but there hasn't been a lot of total rainfall, at least at DFW, just 1/10 of an inch of rain. But I think we continue the streak, because we're talking about a 30 to 20% chance of rain stretching all the way to midweek. You can see temperatures kept to the low side because of that. Typically in July, we're in the mid 90s. We're going to be in the low 90s all the way into Wednesday, when we'll start warming up again. So daily highs, quite a run. 5 of the first 6 days below normal highs, but the 7-day forecast doesn't show 80s. It shows something more typical of July, especially when you get into Thursday and Friday and Saturday, when feel-like temperatures will again hover in the low triple digits. By next weekend, we'll be into the upper 90s.